Welcome to 2023, everybody. It's me, Johnny, here with my first reaction video of the year. I'm excited to be getting back into this. I'm sorry I fell off a little bit at the end of the last year. It was very hectic with the holiday season and work and whatnot, and we're back. So that is good. Today we're looking at Geoff Castellucci's cover of Till Then, which released on New Year's Eve. I didn't get the chance to listen to it yet, so I thought I'd record a reaction for you here. I'm excited for another Geoff Castellucci production, so without further ado, let's get into it.
Till then, my darling, please wait for me till then.
So right off the bat, hang on, let me check my gain. Alright, right off the bat, I really enjoy covers that Geoff does with just him and the piano. He usually uses other voices too, and I'm sure he'll do that here. But I really enjoy the aesthetic that we're going for here. Very nostalgic. I'm getting the feel for. Definitely a New Year's Eve kind of cover. Let's find our key real quick. Till then, no. So E flat. So we're not super low yet, just down to that E flat 2. But a nice breathy controlled tone, nice soft tone down that low register.
Till then, my darling, please wait for me.
I was mistaken, it goes down to a C there. Still, that's even lower than the D flat that I thought he was singing. So nice breathy tone for that low C there.
Till then, no matter when it will be, one day I know I'll be.
So that is my favorite note in music. If you take the root, the first note of the scale, and go up to the sixth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then lower it a half step. So in E flat major, it's B natural. Ooh, there's so much tension in it, so much sadness and longing, and I just absolutely love it. It's such a good note, and I think it works really well for this song. So that's my 2 cents on that note. I love that note.
One day I know I'll be back again. Please wait till then. Our dream.
Interesting. So we have our 3 Geoffs that we usually have doing the background vocals there in black and white. So very old school design with this feel going on here. Let's see what goes on.
Our dreams will live though we are apart. Our love will always keep in our.
There's also a cloudy kind of distortion on their voices, so it gives kind of like a old record player feel here, like a what's his face? That did the I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. The one that Pentatonics readapted. Frank Sinatra? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so we get like an old record player kind of feel here, and I think it sounds really nice. Again, it's really effective for the aesthetic and style we're going for.
Till then, when all the world will be free, please wait for me.
I also failed to comment on this the first time, but we get a nice low B flat 1 and chest voice there. Again, so much good control as we get into those super low notes. Nice and breathy tone, nice end of Misty Mountains kind of flavor on those low notes.
Although there are oceans we must cross and mountains we must climb, I know
So I'm not too familiar with the original song. As we get into this snap section, I'm not sure if this is acting as a chorus or a pre-chorus or something. I don't know. We'll find out. But as we build up the piece, we get more momentum through the snapping. So it doesn't add a whole lot more. I mean, like the first layer we added was the 3 background Geoffs, and the second layer we get is the snapping here. So, like I always talk about, it's really important to have momentum in the arrangement, and it gets a little bit bigger as it goes. Um, so I think he's doing that well here, as always. Nice slow momentum for a nice slow song.
Every game must have a loss, but pray that our loss is nothing but time.
There it is again, the low B flat.
Till then, let's dream of what there will be. Till then, we'll call on each memory.
Nice soft piano kind of going on here in the upper Geoff vocal range. Until then. Same kind of breathiness that he was doing down low. It's very full. He has a very full tone up there, which I talked about too when I talked about his high register and I'm Dreaming of a White Christmas. He has a very nice rounded tone up there. Nice shape in the mouth to allow that air to get out. I don't know. It's just very beautiful to listen to in that high register up there. So I like that he incorporates that into his songs. It's not strictly bass. You get the full range. You get to see Geoff's full range in these covers, and I think he sounds really good in all of it.
We'll call on each memory. Till then, when I will hold you again, please wait.
So when he goes up to that, it's not full chest. He kind of does a little bit of falsetto mix in there. So I think that's an appropriate stylistic decision because we don't really want belting in a song like this. We want that nice, soft, breathy falsetto mix as often as we can get it, because otherwise it would stick out too much, I feel. So I appreciate the stylistic choice with that high note there.
And I will hold you again, please wait. Till then, although there are oceans we must cross, and mountains we must.
So I'm going to say this is a chorus section just from my inference that we're getting back into. And as we repeat this chorus the second time, we're getting a high string somewhere in there. Maybe we'll add more strings as we go. But this is what I'm saying. More momentum. As you build the piece, you need to actually add things to it to make it build. So I think he's doing a really nice job of that there. And in addition, as he does that, the tone of his voice and the tone of the piano, it all remains very soft. So most of the momentum building happens from the background, vocals and instruments that he's adding every so often. So I appreciate that he's able to do that. You're building around the melody and the kind of stylistic idea that we're building from the lead vocals. So I think kudos to Geoff for this arrangement so far.
Must go. I know every game must have a loss, but pray that our loss is nothing but time. Until then, we'll dream of what there will be.
I love that. The way the instruments drop out there, and we get that kind of triplet section from these 3 background vocals, and we also do hit that minor 6. We've been hitting it a lot in this arrangement, and I'm just ignoring it because I don't want that to be the only thing I call out. But I did want to go back and listen to something I found very pleasing to my ears.
Pray that our loss.
Pray that our loss. So that line, it has kind of it's built on the median. So if we're in E major, We have the E major chord, and the minor counterpart would be C minor. Oh, hello. Built on a C. But what he does there, he goes up a fifth from the C, or a third from the E flat, but we're thinking fifth from the C, and builds that minor line on the fifth. Which, I mean, like, I don't know what that contributes to the arrangement per se, but I think it's really harmonically interesting, and I like how it repeats in the background vocals. If we listen further a couple seconds. I missed it. Where did it go? Sorry. Oh, it's so good, the three part on that echo there. I just love that. That's my little rabbit trail for you.
Till then, we'll call on each memory. Till then.
Very appropriate. So what we get here is the three background voices dropping off at the end of their section. They hold that note and it fades into just the reverb, and we get a moment of silence, a moment to breathe. And silence is used very appropriately here. Silence is used very appropriately here, because we get this moment to breathe after they have that dominant-esque chord. I don't know if it's exactly a dominant chord, but the dominant chord that really wants to resolve, it just hangs there. And that will really entice your brain into thinking, I want more, give me more. So then when the soloist Geoff comes in right here.
Till then.
He makes you wait a second. And then he goes from dominant to tonic. Plants us back into the key. We got off that dominant chord. Let it ring. And then we just sit there on that for a second. Very beautifully done.
Till then, we'll call on each memory. Till then, when I will hold you again. Please wait till then. Please wait till then. Please wait till then.
What a beautiful ending. And if I may comment, what beautiful camera work in this entire piece. Most replayed. Let's listen to most replayed and try to figure out why it's the most replayed. Because he used that minor six. I really love it because it resolves so nicely down to. Especially when you put it with a 4. It's so good. Freaking love it. There was something. Oh yeah, the tag. The tag at the end of the song.
Please wait till then. Please wait till.
So you repeat this last line a few times, and the last time you give it this big moment of tension. I say big as in like impactful. It's nothing about the song is really big. It's just it creates the most impact because it's the moment of greatest tension. That's what I'm trying to say here. So the last time we do this tag, the last of the 3 times, we get that moment of tension, and then it has this nice soft low resolution down to that. And even I think I stopped pausing on his butt. Even then, after we finished the vocal part, the piano line we get feels almost incomplete. It lands on the root, so it feels like it has its ending, but it feels too short almost. So maybe that's saying something deeper, or maybe I'm just reading into it too much. Anyway, is there anything else? No, that's it. Okay, well, it's a really beautiful arrangement. You know, I've said a lot of Jeff's arrangements tend to get really samey and predictable, but you know what? I really like this one. I think it had a lot of uniqueness and a lot of its own attributes that we don't usually see in a Geoff Castellucci arrangement. Um, he's still following his brand, which I appreciate. I really enjoy his brand, and I think you should follow it. But there was a lot of unique flair to this one, and I really appreciate that. It's different style, different aesthetic. Like I commented on, the camera work is really beautiful, and it adds a lot to the video. What really made me notice that is this last shot. Oh, like the light in the background, it's so beautiful, man. I'm glad Geoff pushed this one, even if it was so soon after White Christmas. Because when he announced that on Patreon, I thought it was a little close together. Is it gonna be worth it? It is worth it. I really enjoy this one, and I'm glad I got to listen to this. I'm glad I got to sit down and listen to this on camera. Um, yeah, go subscribe to Geoff Castellucci. He's a brilliant artist, a brilliant modern artist, and if you enjoy my reactions, if you enjoy the content I create, be sure to like and subscribe here. That is all I have for you, though, so I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Got a lot more content planned for 2023. Let's get to it.